Why, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Truly Odd podcast, where we bring you some game news and some movie news. I am your host, Joe Garcia, and while we've been MIA for the past week due to family circumstances, my grandmother had surgery. She's okay; wasn't a super major surgery, but I've been over there the week taking care of her, and now I'm back at home. I'm gonna have to find a way to get like a portable podcasting station so I can still bring you guys some movie news and game news because man, we have missed a lot of stuff going on this past week. So we have a lot to catch up on. I'm gonna see if I can do at least one episode a day this coming week so we can get everything caught back up and then go back to our regular schedule. But yeah, guys, let's jump right into some gaming news. Our first topic of the day is Mortal Kombat 1 releases its T1000 gameplay. Now, I've liked what Mortal Kombat has been doing with their DLC characters. These add-ons when they get licensing. It's a lot of fun. I didn't buy the Mortal Kombat 1 game. My godson has it, so I play it with him, and he has all the season pass and stuff like that. So I get to enjoy playing when I go visit him or when I go babysit him from time to time. But yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. T1000 gameplay looks really cool. It's nice being able to play as the T. I'm sure it's going to be nice to be able to play as the T1000 when it's released and play as Conan the Barbarian. I'm sure there's going to be some fun banter between those characters, which I'm hoping for. But yeah, I really enjoyed the gameplay. I'm loving the way he's playing, and it's really nice to get extra content for fighting games. Moving on to story number 2, Monster Hunter Wilds is released, and I can give you guys a nice little short review. My girlfriend bought the game because she was really interested in it, so I've been watching her play it. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of the first Monster Hunter, so I really didn't get into this one, but I think I'm going to have to play this one because after seeing her play it, the graphics aren't the best, but just the mass variety of like what you can do in the game and the quantity of things going on, the complexity of the game looks a lot of fun. And I got to see her fight a couple monsters, and it looks like such a fun game to play. So I might have to just check it out this time. I'm thinking of creating a character and seeing how things go. But just from a third party perspective on what I've seen so far, it does look like a fun, entertaining game to play. As far as the story, couldn't get really into it when I was watching the cutscenes. It just seems like a generic, regular, somewhat boring story. But a lot of the gameplay aspects is what you're there for, mostly with this type of game. So that looks to be really entertaining and a lot of fun. So yeah, what do you guys think? Have you played Monster Hunter Wilds? What's your guys' review on it? Let me know in the comments down below. On to story number 3. We're just jumping through these rapidly. Warner Brothers cancels its Wonder Woman game and closes 3 studios. Now, this Wonder Woman game was announced back in, I believe, 2021. So about 4 years of development went into this game, and I think over $100 million went into developing this game as well. So I'm really curious as to why they closed it down. I have some theories, and my theory is, they were mostly focused on their movie aspect of things, and I believe James Gunn, when he came in as head of the studio for the new DC, he said that everything that's going to be released is going to be canon or somewhat canon to what's going on in the whole entirety of the DCU. So I'm not sure if he knew that this Wonder Woman game was coming out when that was announced, or maybe he looked and tried to incorporate it. Maybe there was changes going to happen to the game that were going to be very costly for the studio to get it developed in a different way as far as story is concerned, so it can match in tune with what's going on in the DCU. But that could be an aspect. But excuse me. Most likely, the cause of it is why they closed down these studios. The game industry is struggling right now with what they have going on. A lot of studios are biting off more than they can chew, and a lot of studios are losing money. That's why they had to close down the 3 studios that they closed down. And the 3 studios that they closed down are Play First Games, Monolith Productions, and WB Games San Diego. Now, I believe WB Games San Diego was the studio that developed the middle Shadow of Mordor games, which introduced the Nemesis system, which they patented, and no other studio has been able to use this system because it's patented by Warner Brothers Games, but they also haven't used it since Shadow of War. So I'm curious what they're going to do with that, and hopefully they're going to be able to incorporate that into some other games, especially since Warner Brothers owns it. It'd be nice if Warner Brothers could introduce this to maybe their new Batman game that they might be developing. Who knows? But we'll have to wait and see what comes of this. It's really sad to see that a lot of these studios are shutting down. There's a lot of layoffs going on in the industry currently, so it's a very sad time to be in the game industry and to be a gamer, seeing all these projects just fall to the wayside and waste. But yeah, were you guys looking forward to the Wonder Woman game? Are you sad to see that it's not going to be developed? Personally, I wasn't very interested in this game. Not for any particular reason other than I didn't see gameplay. I usually don't get interested in games until I see gameplay or unless I'm already a big fan of them. So yeah, $100 million down the drain. Hopefully they can recoup some of their money and get us another game in development pretty soon for the studio. So yeah, let's move on. On to their next story. The PlayStation Plus monthly games have been revealed, and I believe they should be available as of now. But those monthly games are Dragon Age, the Valguard, the Veilguard, Sonic Colors, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so me personally, I'm interested in checking out the Dragon Ages game. I just never had the chance to play the Dragon Age the Veilguard, and I was very interested in seeing the gameplay and stuff like that. So I don't know why I never got the chance to play it, but it's nice that I'm going to be able to jump on it for PlayStation Plus and check that game out for free technically, but you know what I mean. You pay for the subscription, so. But yeah, are you guys looking forward to any of these games? Is there anyone that stands out to you particularly? Let me know what you guys are looking to play in the comments down below. And the reason why we ran through kind of the main topics for today, forgive me, I'm clicking around so I can open this list so I can read it to you guys. And not much of a reader, so you'll be hearing me stutter from here and there, so forgive me for that. But we have the list of scheduled released games for this March of 2025. So I want to get that list out to you guys. So here are the list of games being released in March 2025. Age of Mythology Retooled, March 24th, coming out on PS5. We have Everhood 2 coming out for PC and Switch on March 4th. Knights of Tight Space coming out for PC on March 4th. 2 Point Museum coming out for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X for March 4th. War Robot Frontiers coming out for all consoles except Switch, coming out on March 4th. For March 6th, we have Never 7, The End of Infinity. It doesn't say what console that's releasing on, so I'm assuming that's a PC game, but never heard of that one. Mainframe, PC and Switch. Hordes of Hunger, PC. Frogpoint, PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. And also coming March 6th, the game I'm looking forward to the most, Split Fiction, coming out for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. For March 11th, we have Senetum. I hope I'm saying that right. Senetum, coming out for all consoles. We have Rise of the Ronin, coming out for PC. Wanderstop, coming out for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. We have Miliki Poison of the Past, coming out for PC and Switch. And coming out for March 13th, we have Bionic Bay, coming out for PC and PS5. Beyond the Ice Plates 2, coming out for PC, PS5, PS4. For all consoles. We have Dungeon of Hitchburg, coming out for PS5 and PS4. And this is a long title. What is wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in the dungeon? Full of Water and Light, coming out for PC and Switch. That's a very interesting title for a game. On Your Tail, coming out for Switch on March 13th. And there's other games in between that I'm kind of skipping over because it's a very long list of games coming out for March. If you're interested in the entirety of the list, I'll have a link in the description down below for the entirety. So I'm just gonna skip ahead to some other dates here and stuff. So and some other games. So more specifically, the games related. So if you're interested, you guys could look it up yourselves. But I'm mostly talking about games that I'm interested in, or you guys might find interesting from here forward. We have WWE 2K25 coming out March 14th. MLB The Show 25 March 14th. We have Assassin's Creed Shadows coming out on March 20th. What else do we got here? We have Killing Flower 3 coming out on March 25th. That does sound familiar. I'm not sure if I've heard of that one or not. We have Atomfall coming out March 27th. We have, I think that's it as far as ones that I'm interested in speaking about. But yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing other games coming out this March, please feel free to look in the description down below. I will have that list. This it comes from GameSpot.com, so if you're looking for the link, that will be the link down below. But I want to talk about the most games that I'm most interested in, and probably you guys are most interested in, well, and that would be Split Fiction. I've been talking about this game for the past couple weeks. The studio's previous games, It Takes Two, and oh my god, I can't remember the other one. But their previous game ventures have been really fun. Me and my brother really enjoyed it. It Takes Two was great. My girlfriend and I played it, and we still play it from time to time when we want to play games together. So I think this is another game that I'll be able to play with my brother and my girlfriend, that we can all sit down and have a good time. See the story and enjoy each other's company playing this game. So that is a game I am most looking forward to for this March release. Another game I'm looking forward to is probably Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, I'm not going to buy it, but I know my girlfriend's going to buy it. She's a fan of the Assassin's Creed games, so I'm sure after she beats Monster Hunter Wilds, or not beats, but you know what I mean, progresses past the point where she's tired of playing, depending on how she feels of playing the game. But yeah, that's a game I'm looking forward to checking out, because I think the last Assassin's Creed game I bought for myself was Assassin's Creed 3, or was it Black Flag? Anyways, it was no, I'm wrong. It was Syndicate. My apologies. It was the one with the brother and sister duo. I think that one was Syndicate. But yeah, that was the last one that I bought for myself. After that, I kind of fell off Assassin's Creed, and I tried picking up Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which my girlfriend had at the time, so I borrowed her disc to check it out, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know what it was. It was just maybe it was because it wasn't a linear story like the previous Assassin's Creed kind of were, open world linear, and this one was just more open world. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't really get into the game, but maybe this one I'll be able to get into. We'll have to wait and see when she purchases the game. Another game that I'm kind of interested in, and I probably won't buy. I'll probably play with my godson because I think he's gonna get it. Is the WWE game. I mostly enjoy the older characters when they release them in DLC. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and things like that from when I was a kid. But it's gonna be fun playing him in these fighting games. But yeah, not a lot going on for this March. I think the two biggest games would be Assassin's Creed and Split Fiction. But yeah, what do you guys think? Are you interested in any of the games being released this month? Is there one that I failed to mention and one that I'm not really thinking about at the moment? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And also, if there's a game on this list that you guys play or you guys are into and I haven't played, let me know what you guys think I should check out. I'm always willing to give a game a try. It's like a TV show. I usually give a TV show 3 episodes. If you haven't captured my attention and my desire to continue past that, I'm not going to continue to play or continue to watch. But for video games, what I usually do is I give it like 3 or 4 hours to see if I enjoy the game. Mostly 3 hours. And if I'm not into it at the 3 hour mark, there's really no point in me continuing. So if there's any games that you think I can get into within the next 3 hours, let me know, and I'll definitely give it a chance and see what happens there. All right, guys, we're moving on to movie news now. There's a lot going on in the world of movies because this past weekend was the Oscars. But first, I want to talk about this past weekend box office because we missed last week's box office. So I think it's important for us to talk about this week's box office. Now, this week's box office, the top five movies were Captain America: Brave New World with 14,850,000, Last Breath with 7,851,000, The Monkey with 6,416,000, Paddington in Peru with 4,519,000, and Dogman with 4,247,000. Now, I want to talk about two movies in particular. I want to talk about Captain America: Brave New World and The Monkey. Now, I saw The Monkey with my godson and his dad. What a fun movie. It was not a super scary horror movie like most people, or like we thought it was going to be when we went in. It was very funny. I knew from the trailers that it was going to have some comedy aspects in it, but I was thinking it was going to lean more towards horror. But honestly, for me, it leaned more towards funny. And what a funny movie it was. I really enjoyed watching it. If you guys haven't seen it, you're looking for like a horror comedy kind of thing, kind of like oh my god, what's that movie? Tucker and Dale versus Evil. If you haven't seen that, highly recommend that movie as well. But yeah, this is kind of got Tucker and Dale versus Evil vibe. I know the genre says horror, but I think it should be more horror comedy. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. My godson enjoyed it, and so did my best friend. So yeah, good times at the movie theaters. I think worldwide currently that movie has 31,316,000. So it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty sure this was a lower budget film. So I'm thinking the studio and the people that created the film are pretty happy so far with how successful it's been thus far. And moving on to Captain America: Brave New World. Currently, its domestic total is 163,547,000, but worldwide it has 341,949,000, which I think, for a movie that didn't do as well opening weekend that the studio thought, and has had pretty significant drops offs in the past 2 weekends that it's been in theaters. I'm thinking that they should be kind of happy. I don't think this movie is gonna. I think this is gonna lose them money because I know they did some massive reshoots, but I think it's gonna come up to the $400 million mark, and that's where this movie is gonna lie. It's gonna be on the Black Adam level. Black Adam was just shy of $400 million. I think it was like 390. So we'll see if it's as successful or better than Black Adam. I know Black Adam was very, very disappointing for the studio, and so I'm sure that this movie is going to be disappointing for the MCU, but this is the last movie in the Bob Chapek era of Disney. We're going back to the Bob Iger thing where he gave Kevin Feige his power back, so I'm hoping that the next movies, well, before even the movies tonight, a complete side note from all the other news things we have going on. Tonight is the release of the first episode of Daredevil Born Again. So if you guys didn't know about that, little bonus news thing for you. So go ahead and check that out. So it's depending on how this does, leading into the Thunderbolts. Hopefully the MCU can get back on a stride. Kind of how they did with Deadpool and Wolverine. I think that was a much needed success for them. And even though Captain America wasn't that good, hopefully the next two movies being released, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, can be the push that they need to, really be successful going forward. More successful than the. What do I mean successful? They're already successful. What I mean is to really get the audience back on board going forward. Sorry about that. But yeah, moving on to our next topic. John Lithgow to play Dumbledore in the HBO series. Now, if you haven't heard about this, HBO is going to do a Harry Potter series retelling the entirety of the story. So kind of how they did for Game of Thrones, they're going to be doing this for the Harry Potter books, and John Lithgow will be our Dumbledore. And if you don't know who John Lithgow is, I love John Lithgow. He's a phenomenal actor. I'm sure if you look him up, you'll recognize his face. You might not know the name, but you'll recognize the actor. And what a phenomenal actor he is. I think this is a great, great get for them. The fact that he's going to be playing this character, and I think they're going to probably be in development of this for the next 10 years. John Lithgow will be. Let's look up how old John Lithgow is. John Lithgow currently is 79 years old. So he'll probably be playing Dumbledore till he's about, I don't know if he'll be there. Oh no, he's in the last book as well, even though it's like flashback scenes. So he'll probably be playing this character for the next 10 years. So hopefully he stays healthy and stays in shape and does a great job. I have no doubt that he's going to be a phenomenal Dumbledore. His voice is so just recognizable, so I'm very curious if he's going to do something with his voice or if he's just going to try to keep it cool. And I think this is a great opportunity for him. The last 10 years of his career, he'll probably retire after he's done playing Dumbledore with them, but the last 10 years of his career will define his career, and what a career he's had. So I'm very excited that he's going to be our Dumbledore. Dumbledore is one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter, so this is really, really phenomenal. I've loved him all the way since I think I first heard of John Lithgow in Shrek, where he voiced Lord Farquaad. So I think that was my first exposure to John Lithgow. So to know that one of my last exposures to him will be as Dumbledore, one of my favorite characters from the books, just so wonderful and phenomenal. I love it. Moving on to our next topic. Green Lantern's HBO series has its first look. So if you don't know this, HBO is going to be doing not only a Harry Potter series, but they're going to be doing a Lantern series starring, what's the guy's name? Aaron, I can't remember his last name. I think it's Aaron Pere or Piri and Kyle Chandler. If you don't know who Aaron Piri is, I think he did that Netflix movie that was going around. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of the movie. Let me look this up. I got a computer in front of me. Why don't we utilize this? Forgive me for the side notes, guys, but you got to do what you got to do as you move things along. Let's see. That movie was Rebel Ridge. So it's kind of like a First Blood kind of movie, a Rambo kind of movie from the First Blood. If you haven't seen First Blood, it's very similar to Rebel Ridge. But yeah, so the actor from Rebel Ridge, very handsome guy. I think he's gonna play a great Jon Stewart. At least that's who I hope he's playing. It makes sense for him to play Jon Stewart because he really fits the build from the Green Lantern, or for the Justice League show that we had as kids when it was cartoon. And Kyle Chandler, I think he was recently played the Flash's dad in the most recent Flash movie, but Kyle Chandler is a great actor. I think he was also in one of the Godzilla movies as Eleven's dad, or Millie Bobby Brown's dad. He's a good actor. He hasn't really had an opportunity to break out into his career, and I think this is a great opportunity for him. Even though it's an HBO series, I'm sure that we're going to be seeing him in the DCU as a whole, more as the Green Lantern. I think he's going to play Guy Gardner. Is he going to play Guy Gardner? Or is he going to play... Dang it, there's so many Green Lanterns, I can't remember all their names. Forgive me. Let me see. Who is it? Guy Gardner? No, Hal Jordan. Sorry. I think he's going to play Hal Jordan. I think Guy Gardner is going to be played by... oh my God, what's his name too? Jesus, so many names, so many things. Forgive me, guys. We're just going to skip past that. But yeah, he's going to be playing Hal Jordan. I think he's going to be more experienced Lantern, and it'd be nice to get some flashbacks in the show about how he came to get his powers and how Jon Stewart got his powers as well. So it's gonna be a good show. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really hoping they incorporate them into the overall movie franchise as a whole. And I think that'll be a great casting for me, at least so far. I'm loving the way that this first image looks. It's just them walking down the street. I don't know why they're walking down the street. They got powers, they can fly, but who knows? We'll see what the series is about. Moving on to our next topic. Sadly, we've lost two incredible actors in the past couple weeks, and we've lost some other people in the movie industry. You can see at the Oscars in memoriam, which was very beautiful. But I want to highlight these two because I just grew up with them. So not saying anything bad about anyone else that's passed. Just these two really impactful for me. Michelle Trachtenberg passed away. If you don't know who this is, she was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She played Buffy's little sister, and she was Harriet the Spy. That's mostly what I knew her from as a kid. Me and my brother had a big crush on her when we were children, and going into growing up as teenagers, seeing her in Eurotrip and things of that sort. So it's really sad that she passed so young. She was probably going to get another chance in her career because I know that they're redeveloping or continuing to develop a continuation of the Buffy Vampire the Slayer series. So it's really sad that she passed when she was probably going to get a second chance at her career to move even further than it has been so far. But yeah, really sad to see her pass at such a young age, and all our hearts out to her family and her friends, and hopefully, they pull through this tough time. I know what it's like to lose someone. I lost my father, so it's just very sad when that happens. But yeah, we'll definitely want to look back at her career with fondness and all her movie roles, and thank her for all her hard work. And lastly, or not lastly, but next, we also lost Gene Hackman. If you don't know who Gene Hackman is, I highly, highly recommend you go back and watch his filmography. He has some of the best films in the world. What a great actor! Can't couldn't be replaced by anyone. My first exposure to him was the Superman movie as Lex Luthor. As a kid, I used to love that movie. Used to love him as Lex Luthor, and one of my favorite roles from him. He's not the main character, but it's a movie called Heartbreakers, and he plays this rich entrepreneur who invests in cigarettes and is a smoker. And wow, what a funny role! He was just an actor that could do it all. He can be super funny, super serious, just great movies all around. And not even to mention The Coach and The Replacements. If you haven't seen The Replacements, and mind you, the movies I'm talking about right now, besides Lex Luthor, of course, he's a minor character, a secondary character in these movies that I'm talking about. He has movies that he's led, some westerns and some other phenomenal movies. What is it, Enemy at the Gates with Will Smith? Or not Enemy at the Gates. What is it? Enemy of the State with Will Smith. And he's just a great actor. And we lost a really really talented man. And he retired. I want to say 20 years ago in like 2004, I think he retired, and he stayed retired for the past 20 years. Now his death is kind of mysterious. They don't really know the cause as of yet, but it's really sad to see him go. And what a great tribute they had to him at the end memoriam, and anyone else that passed away this past year. I highly recommend that you guys take a look at the end memoriam that the Oscars did. I think they did a phenomenal job honoring past actors and past people in the film industry that we lost in the past year. The weird part, though, is Michelle Trachtenberg was not in the in memoriam for some reason. Maybe she'll be in next year's, but really missed her in that one, which is interesting because I think she died just a week or so before Gene Hackman, so maybe just she was overshadowed by the passing of Gene Hackman, as he was a bigger actor. But yeah, moving on to our last topic of the day. I want to go over the list of Oscar winners that we had for this past weekend at the Oscars. If you guys don't know, Best Picture went to Anora, starting off with the big main one. Now, I didn't get a chance to see every movie on this list. I tried my best to, watch the movies that were in up for Best Picture. I missed a couple. So out of the list, I did see Anora. What a great film. Well deserved. I have not seen The Brutalist. I have seen Complete Unknown. Great film as well. I have not seen Conclave. That was the movie I was supposed to watch yesterday. I didn't get a chance to. Dune Part 2, of course, I've seen. Emilia Perez, I don't think I'm gonna watch that movie. I've just heard so many bad things, and I've seen some clips online of the music, and it just doesn't seem like a movie I'm very interested in watching, and I really don't want to waste my time. No offense to anyone that worked on that film, but just not for me. I'm Still Here. I haven't been able to find that anywhere. Nickel Boy, same. The Substance, I haven't been able to find that either. And Wicked, of course, I have seen. So, congratulations to Honora. I'm sure it's well deserved. If you guys want, I'll give you guys my final opinion on who I think should win once I catch up on all the films. I don't think it's fair for me to say who should win when I haven't seen all the available films for Best Picture. But wow, congratulations to Honora. Also, Best Director also went to the director of Honora, which I feel is also well deserved. So yeah, moving on to the next one. Best Actor in a Leading Role went to uh, Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. Again, a movie I have not seen, and a lot of people were saying this should have went to Ray Fiennes, but I haven't seen Conclave, so I couldn't give my opinion on who should have won. But congratulations for him. I think he's now after tonight he has the longest speech in Oscar history. So very interesting there. I guess he couldn't get his thoughts together and things like that. But moving on, Best Actress went to Mickey Madison. Phenomenal. I think she did a great job in Honora, and I seen her winning from the start. I can't imagine anyone else beating her. I think a close second was Demi Moore for The Substance because she did a phenomenal job in that movie. From what I've heard, I haven't seen it myself, but yeah, all around great. Congratulations to her. Supporting actor went to Kieran Culkin, who I think had the best Oscar speech of the night. He really paid tribute to his wife and said a lovely joke and told a lovely story about her and them having kids moving forward. So congratulations to Kieran Culkin. I've been watching Kieran Culkin since Home Alone, so it's really nice to see how he's come along in his career and how that his life and things have turned out to see his new successes in life. And I hope he continues to take this and move forward, and studios more take him seriously as an actor because he won this Oscar. So it's going to be nice to see him in more projects going forward, hopefully more movies. Best Supporting Actress went to Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. Again, haven't seen the movie, probably won't. Don't seem very interested in that movie myself. I'm sure well deserved. She's a great actress, so yeah. Uh, let's see. Winner for writing went to Conclave for screenplay. Oh, sorry, the Conclave, but the person that won was Peter Strogan. Forgive me, I might be pronouncing his name right. Writing for original screenplay went to Honora for Sean Baker. Also, he was the one that won Best Director as well. Best Animated Feature went to Flow. I didn't see that one. I was hoping this one would go to Wild Robot. But again, I haven't seen Flow, so maybe this probably wouldn't give me the opportunity to watch Flow. I'll probably take a look at that next. We're going to skip over some of the other ones like Animated Short. We're going to go straight to cinematography. For The Brutalist, won by... Now, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but here it's written as LOL, so I'm going to say it's Lowell Crawley, who won for Best Cinematography. Costume design went to Wicked for Paul Tazwell. Film editing also went to Honora, Sean Baker again. So he did the directing, the writing, and the editing. So that's awesome that he was able to pull all that off. Hair and makeup went to The Substance. A lot of names here that I probably won't be able to pronounce, so we're going to skip over those. Forgive me, guys. We're going to skip over live action short. Original score went to The Brutalist, Daniel Bloomberg. Music, original song went to El Mal from Emilia Perez. I don't know which song that is. I'll probably listen to it just to see, but if it's one of the ones I've been seeing going around on the internet, forgive me, but what a horrible song if that's the song I'm thinking it is. I hope it's not that song. The fact that Emilia Perez got 2 nominations for music, and so far all the music I've seen in Emilia Perez is just horrible. It's man, I don't know what's going on with that one, but yeah, congratulations to them. Let's see, moving on to, I think that's it. Oh, international feature film went to I'm Still Here, who won international feature film. That was a 2-horse race between Emilia Perez and I'm Still Here because they were up for Best Picture. So yeah, of course. Production design went to Wicked. Sound went to Dune 2. Visual effects went to Dune 2. And that is it for our winners. Congratulations to all the winners for the Oscars. And yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think that the Oscar winners and nominees were correct this year? Was anyone snubbed that you thought about? Do you think someone else should have won some of these Oscars? Me personally, I didn't see all the films, so again, I can't properly judge. I'm hoping to check out all the films. I do want to eventually on this channel want to do a series of going back and watching all the Oscar nominated films from the first Oscars all the way to today, and giving my opinions on which one I felt deserved Best Picture. I think that would be really fun to do. But before I do that, I really would like to get a following just so I can see what you guys think and see and maybe do even a watch along. Because a lot of these movies are coming up on hundreds years old, so it's gonna be really nice to do something like that. It might be something we do for the leading up to the 100th Oscar. So I think that would be a lot of fun to do. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us here at Truly Odd. I really appreciate it. And again, we got a lot of news things to catch up on. So I will see you guys soon. Have a lovely day, everybody.